Right. So we're making cables. And, salvaging SP plugs. S as in small. P as in plug, small plug. So these are the cables that I made. I'm using, this is Best-Tronics. This is some of the lowest capacitance cable available, and it just happens to be made in, you'll see that. These are cables that I've made before using the industry standard at one point in time. This says low noise, but it doesn't say low capacitance. Low noise. Let's see. Low noise. This one says capacitance. No. Here. Low capacitance. You can find this at Best-Tronics. It's great cable. It's fantastic cable. It is double insulated, both on the inner wall and on the outer wall. It's not hard to find. It's a little more expensive, but so is the industry standard. Well, not too terribly. This is the Mogami. Yeah. You can play with the accents. Mogami. Anyway, so this is some of my previous work. And again, I'm salvaging these. So make sure you got a fan going. You can hear that. I won't show it to you because I have to move everything. So make sure you have proper ventilation. And I use lead-free solder. Lead-free solder. So that's one. There's two. It helps if you have some helping hands. This is a really cool solder station holder that I found on eBay. Okay, so let's caps here. So welcome to Pimp My Board. We are pimping somebody's board, and they are ecstatic. I had to do a few. Okay, so this is the Mogami. All right. So let's get back to where we go. This is the one. This is the one. So that's going to go from compressor to light speed, or light speed to compressor, depending on how you want to look at it. So we just add a little, depending on how much solder's on the leads, I'm going to knock it down a bit. Knock it down a bit. And then I'm going to add a little, just a skosh. You don't want to breathe this stuff. You don't want to breathe this stuff. It's worse than weed. Anywho. Okay, so connection number one. Pimp My Board. It's kind of like Pimp My Ride. You ever watch that, Pimp My Ride? It's pretty cool. Maybe I'd do a video on Pimp My Ride, but I don't really have a ride to pimp. I have a cool ride, but I don't want to modify it in any way, shape, or form because it's fine as is, and it's taken care of me over the years as I have taken care of it. So I hope you're enjoying my backside. Pimp my cable. All right, so let's pop it back on. What we're doing is adding a couple of pedals to the preamp section of this board. And I say preamp section because this strip has been divided into the preamp section, and then the yellow dot is the amp. I'm treating the amplifier like another pedal. This is one of the cool features, tips and tricks of the Gig Rig Quartermaster Looper Switcher. The other three are dedicated for the effects loop power amp section. So, in case you're wondering, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into the power amp, into the effects loop, all of which are buffered. The Vertex buffered. I'll give you a close-up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we got one more to do. Let's do this real quick. Let's knock down the, see if I can give you a better overhead shot, bring the camera closer, but it's going to flail around much like it's doing now in the wind from the fan. I am joined in the kitchen by my biggest fan, kitchen workshop, where it all goes down. A lot of things happen in the kitchen. How about you? Do a lot of things happen in your kitchen? Yeah. Low capacitance. Okay, so now we're going to run over to an amplifier and hear whether or not it works. I have the ohm tester. Listen for the buzz. Oh yeah, that's a praise Jesus moment. Hallelujah. So let's put this back together. And wanted to tell you guys how important it is to tip the bartender and the establishment after the gig, because chances are the bartender is not the owner, and chances are you've booked the gig with the owner. So the bartender tells the owner that, oh yeah, the band was great, blah blah, they're really cool cats, blah blah, and oh by the way, they tipped us. Makes you look really good, really good. All right, pretty cool pedal. Yeah, check out videos on the Greer Lightspeed. Now let's hope this cable is long enough. No, I measure. How do I measure? I'll show you how I measure. I'll take an old cable, or I'll take a new cable. Let's see. I don't really want to twist it. Not for any other reason other than I just want it to look cool. And sometimes I'll twist particular cables so that they look cool. As oh, by the way, you know, pedalboard's got to look cool. So, all right, we have power. It's plugged in, by the way. So it's we got two more pedals going here. These are both low gain. This is another really cool pedal. This is the Brian Wampler interpretation of the No Bells ODR1. This is the bell. And so our low drives are here. There's going to be a kind of a high gain pedal here that is over on the other side of the room. I'm not going to get that because it's going to be secret. But here, check this out. I do have one of these. And it's I got it on Reverb. I've got it on eBay, and I also have it on the gear page. But you can buy it direct. I'll leave my link at the bottom of the video. Oh yeah, that's right. Let me get the spotlight here. Right. Ooh. Ooh. You ever see that movie Wall-E? Where he goes, oh. Oh. You all may know what this is. You may not know what this is. If you don't, it's called a bombastortion. Bombastortion. For all the bomb bastards in the house. Goes really good with one of these. Let's see here. Ooh, that's kind of a better angle. Okay, cool. So now I just need to make one more cable from the from this one, but I may not need it. Yeah, I'm gonna make it. So let's just put this one here for. This is a fresh one. This is a fresh patch. Another low capacitance, depending on where in the world you're from. Capacitance. I just got a hold of these. Are really cool. Be right back. And I got a few more on the way. These are really cool. You can get them at, oh shit, earthquake. Oh, man. 4.2. With the gold ends, these are the evidence, WC, well, it's got somebody else's label on it, but Gig Rig is marketing these now. These have the gold ends. What's the difference, Craig, between the silver and gold ends? One goes in a little easier. Just kidding. Just kidding. So, let's see. No, I don't need to. Yeah, I do need to make another cable. So, I've been cutting down, salvaging cables. This is actually a good one. Let's see here. One more cable will do. One more cable will do. If you don't tip the establishment, primarily the bartender, because what the bartender will do, she'll divide the tips up between the waiter or waitress or two that are working the floor if they serve food. And of course, if they're serving drinks, well then of course they're gonna, well, okay, I'm gonna have to make, well, I've got one ready to go. Here, but let me show you how this works. Let's do this. So this is the, again, the really cool Best-Tronics low cap acetance pedalboard cable. Okay, so I'm gonna, about 3/8 of an inch. Not quite a half, about 3/8 of an inch. Otherwise you're wasting cable, and you just want to cut just enough to get to the braided copper. You just want to take off, you just want to remove the insulation. Right? Just remove the insulation. Right? Then what I'll do, this is one of the reasons why this cable is so kick-ass, because it's double shielded. Okay? The mogami is real easy. You don't have to take the toothpick like I'm doing here to bust through. And I hope this focuses. I'm behind the camera. There we go. So I'm splitting like so. Right? Now this is going to be a lot of wire, a lot of cable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it in half, right down the middle. I'm going to part Rapunzel's hair. All right? And now we have two different sides. We have one side, and now we have another. Because we don't need, if I twist and then try to solder all of it, I risk burning through the insulation with the solder iron, and we don't want to do that. So I'll twist both sides, like so. Put the handy toothpick down, and I'll nip as close as I can get. There we go. So we get that. Okay. And just check my work. Then we'll go to about 1/8 of an inch, like so. Always have your trash can handy. You don't want to make a mess so that your wife comes home and makes you clean everything up. I don't know about you, but I like my kitchen to look like this. Anywho, okay, so here we go. I don't know if y'all can see. All this food and vitamins and crap in the way. Alright, so inhale. Exhale. Don't breathe. Wait for the fan to blow everything away. Make sure you got all your windows open. Okay. Make sure you forewarn the neighbors. All right. So now I need to get some more. Ends here. Bearing with me. Okay. Now see, this way I'll be able to show you how different the mogami table is. Good old mogami. Alright, so I am pulling these plugs apart. Alright, let's do the other end. Like so. Remember, you want all your windows and doors open. You want to let in all the flies. And if you do this at night in a humid temperate zone, open up the screen doors too, so you get the big gnarly mosquitoes coming inside. All right, so there's that. Maybe I can come close to the camera here, but I need a third hand. Oh, we got some sunlight. Look at that. Maybe that'll focus. Yeah, okay. So I'm twisting the cable a little bit so it pops up like so. Now what I could do is like so, and that pops off like that. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. Show you what I mean about single insulated mogami cable. All right, so let's go ahead. 3/8 of an inch, but we're not going to keep this cable, so I'm doing that over a trash can. So yeah, I got my trash can in the sink. Right, so everything's handy. So this is single insulated. It's not braided, so you can just take your finger and your thumb and remember that saying in kindergarten, see my finger, see my thumb, gee you're dumb? Where do kids get these sayings? I don't know. Kids are an extension of their parents, so maybe they get it at home. Anyway, so that's the mogami. Anyway, so let's undo this one. Remember, we're going for the plugs here. We're not. There we go. We're going for the plugs. This is actually really good cable, but I have better. All right. So, do we need to clean this one up? We could. These are kind of old. It was back in the day when I was using leaded solder, leaded solder, Chardé. start there. So let's tin these up a bit, like so. Inhale. Hold your breath so you can blow. There we go. How are we doing in time? Okay, almost done. Almost done, almost done. Okay, so that looks good. Bring this in. I wonder if I can do this by hand. I wonder if I can do it without having the second here. You know, let's get some more light. Got the cool kitchen window here. The workshop window. Man, if you don't tip the waitress or the bartender and they don't tip the establishment and the owner gets wind of the fact that you don't tip, who's to say? You may not necessarily be in their top 3 of their top 3 list of bands. All right, so I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm hitting both the tab and yeah. It's kind of good. Kind of good. Good enough for government work. I wonder if they're having a shortage with government work. I know they're having a shortage with in the trucking industry. My God, man, that seems kind of brutal. No, I got to put it on a helping hand here. And you always want to clean the tip. I got mine going at about 730 degree Fahrenheit. Yeah, there we go. That's nice and clean. So let's cap this one off. Not to mention, if you live in a small town, you'll see the establishment around, you know, like at the grocery store, gas station, and you might not have much to say to you if you didn't tip them well. I mean, granted, the tips were good. You know, fortunately, you know, knock on wood, Craig Small and Friends, you know, does pretty well with tips. What's pretty well, Craig? Oh, I don't know. For the quartet, you know, $30, $40 each, $120, $160 in the tip jar. It depends, you know. Playing for the hat, as some people say. All right, so that's good. Oh, so here's how I'll measure. Let's see. Let's grab a pedal. If the pedal is on the board, it's kind of hard to stick the plug in. You see how tight everything is, right? So what I'll do is just, you know, pretend the plug is there, and it actually is. It's just the back side of it, right? So I'll hold it there, and I'll line it up with where the plug is going to go, and it's going to go right there. So let's just mark it with my thumbnail. Excuse me. And you can see where the wire is going to end, where the cable is going to end. So it's going to end right there, and that's right where we want it. So let's get our handy dandy electrician's pliers and boom. There is actually a wire stripping tool, but I'm a musician and I can't afford everything. So I have this all-in-one electrician's tool. And find the toothpick. See the difference between the braided? This stuff is really cool. Get a light on that. Look at that. This stuff is like badass. Yeah. These lights are really cool too. Yeah. It's got a magnet on it, you know. That's not magnetic. Or it's not the type of metal that'll hold. Nothing metal here. There, look at that. Finally, I found a use for the microwave oven. I don't even use that. I found a use for it. I can affix the flashlight. Oh. Yes, indeed. Praise the Lord. Okay, getting a handy dandy toothpick. I'm parting Rapunzel's hair. And voila. So, I can twist the whole wire, but it's going to be a lot, and it's going to take a lot of solder to get it going right, and which means that it'll heat up the insulation and perhaps melt some of it. And we don't want to do that because it's got to be quick. You got to touch it really fast. So don't need toothpick anymore. So twist that side. Let's twist this side. And so what's cool about clipping it is that this is going to go like so, this is going to go like so. So we're going to want the posi end on the right side, and we're going to want the ground on the left. So we can cut the right side here. There we go. Again, doing it over the trash can so that we don't thrash the kitchen for when Mommy gets home. Oh, wait a minute. I live alone. Ding, 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 ding. All right, so let's tin up. See, you don't want to breathe that. Definitely don't want to breathe that. There we go. So you clean the tip, a little solder on it. Why does it keep coming back if I've got the fan on? Well, the fan is at my back, so it's creating a little bit of a turbulence that comes inward. You can see what it does with the smoke. So probably have the fan on the dishes, on the dish rack. Let's see what that does. Kind of cool having the spool on the chopstick and the arm is holding the chopstick. All right, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. It's modern day ingenuity. Okay, so here's our, that solder looks pretty old. Let's get rid of some of that. There's also a tool that's called the solder braid. It helps you rid whatever it is you're working on of the old solder, so that you can tin up with some new solder. All right, just about there. Thank you for hanging in there. But let me know what you all think about, tipping the establishment. I mean, they're pretty cool about, before I cap it, let's test it. Okay, so let's turn the fan off so you can hear the amp. It's just a little pig nose, but that's my amp tester. They're pretty cool about understanding whether or not the band made or didn't make any money. So anyway, plugging it in. Oh wow, that's beautiful. I'd show you how to do the voltmeter as well, but we're running out of time. We's running out of time here. So let's cap this up. I don't really have a grand finale finish for you, other than just getting this thing plugged in, and at some point we'll listen to what it sounds like. I did a demo of a few delays strung together to get the cascading effect. Having been inspired by a few up-and-coming artists, no, actually a few very well-established artists, in fact, Grammy Award-winning artists, and so on and so forth. but I've since took the El Capistan will do what the other two little teeny tinies will do, and then some. Not to mention the DSP is much more powerful, and oh yeah, see that just lines up perfectly. Perfectly. Man, oh man. Good old Velcro. I'm told that leaving a pedal board in a car that's sitting somewhere in a hot temperate zone, like say Phoenix or Baghdad. Baghdad gets really, really hot. Baghdad. So, you know, especially if you're in Baghdad or Phoenix, don't leave your pedal board in your car. Why? Because it affects the Velcro. It has a negative effect on the Velcro. What kind of negative effect? Well, I'm told that the glue on the Velcro will give way, and your beloved pedals will start to slide off the board when you open it up, because the glue is otherwise now grease. Whether or not that's true, that's anybody's guess, but feel free to comment. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. This is looking really good. It'll look like it'll sound good. Yeah, so, and we can put the wah back in its place. Let's see if I can show you a bit of it. Let's unplug it from the wall so we've got total freedom. Okay. One of the main things that makes it all, main components that makes it all come together is this really cool Vertex buffer interface. Vertex makes a great buffer interface. XTS, Exact Tone, makes a great buffer interface, and they're all available pretty much for mono and stereo applications. And there are plenty of videos about those things, how-tos and so on. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for watching, and leave a comment if you'd like. But definitely send money. Send money. Look, send money. Details are in the description below. Keep rocking.